Hello. Hi there. How are you? Let's get started. That is our receptionist. We go through receptionists here at an alarming frequency, so don't get too close. It only makes it more difficult when they leave, and they always leave. It's still on for Friday? Feel free to ask questions. Ask too many questions, however, and you may be let go. John LaFontaine uses the women's room occasionally. He says it's accidental. We know, but we let it pass. It's a harmless, benign thrill, a faint blip on the dull, flat line of his life. He spends his time gorging himself on leftover Chinese, cranking it to old VHS porn. He's a purist. Amanda Pierce is the apple of Russell Nash's eye. They ride the same bus together to work. For Pierce, it's a daily commute, but for Nash, it's the highlight of his life. Pierce has an autistic son named Jamie. Her cubicle's plastered from top to bottom with the boy's artwork. Just sheet after sheet of black and yellow shapes. They're fucking atrocious, but be sure to comment on them. She has a husband who subjects her to an escalating array of painful sex games, to which she submits. She comes to work freshly wounded each morning, wincing from the marred aftermath. Do not let on. If you let on, you may be let go. Anika Bloom. Last year, while reviewing quarterly reports, her left palm began to bleed. She fell into a trance, stared into her hand, and told Barry Hacker when and how his wife would die. We laughed it off, but Barry Hacker's wife is dead, so unless you want to know how you're gonna die, never talk to Anika. We have a comprehensive health plan. Take Larry Bagdickian over there. Larry's got 6 daughters. If a frizzy-haired lunatic decided to come to their school and shot him down, he'd be completely covered. Wouldn't have to pay a dime. We get 1 hour for lunch. Personally, I only need 37 minutes, but always take your break. Your break is a privilege, not a right. Barry Hacker steals food from the refrigerator. His petty theft is an outlet for his grief. Last New Year's Eve, a blood vessel burst in his wife's brain. She was 3 months pregnant. He hasn't been himself since. Beautiful woman. She was also completely covered, but she haunts him. She pencils herself in the receptionist appointment book with the notation to see Barry Hacker. In any case, if you bring a lunch, put a little something extra in there for Barry. You know we have 4 Barrys in this office? Isn't that weird? There you are. Gwendolyn Stitch sits in that office there. She's crazy about penguins. She'll always lend an ear and put in a good word for you. But because her door is always open, she cries in a stall in the woman's room. She doesn't let any of this interfere with her work, however. 'Cause if it did, she'd have to be let go. Kevin Howard, serial killer, carpet cutter, responsible for the mutilations across town. We're not supposed to know this, so do not let on. Don't worry. His compulsions inflict themselves upon strangers only, so just introduce yourself. He doesn't let any of this interfere with his work. In fact, he's our fastest typist. If you have any more questions, ask your supervisor. If you can't find her, feel free to ask me, kid. Good luck.